At this point, members, I'd like to go to the audience, and we have 13 persons that have signed up to testify in support of the bill, and there are 2 persons that have expressed opposition. We'll take 30 minutes in each time slot for proponents and opponents. For the proponents, I would suggest about 2 minutes each, and we'll probably take you in 3 or in 4 to approach the table. So first, we'll go to Ms. Mabry, Mr. Ross, Ms. Schutte, and Lynn Mitchell from the Governor's Task Force. And if any of those individuals could approach, we're ready to hear your testimony. And for all testifiers, for our record, please state your name. And if you're representing an organization, that group as well. And you can go in whichever order you prefer. Welcome to the committee.
Good morning, Chair Uyghur and committee members. My name is Jake Ross and I'm from Forest Lake. I'm here today to explain to you what happened to me 3 years ago when I was 7 years old. When I was 7 years old and in 2nd grade, I was the victim of ongoing and repeated bullying at the elementary school I then attended. The bullying was done by 2 students that were in the same class as me. The bullying that happened to me included physical harm, verbal threats, intimidation, and stealing. The physical harm and intimidation that happened to me included that I was hit repeatedly in the hallways and other places in school when my teacher wasn't looking. The boys did this because they thought it was funny. Being hit all the time and laughed at made me feel sad and hurt. These same boys pushed me around on the ground every day when I was waiting at the after-school curbside pickup area in the cafeteria. These boys also took my backpack and other belongings every day while I waited in the school area. I didn't like any of this. This made me feel frustrated, angry, and hurt that I couldn't stop my belongings from being taken from me, and I couldn't keep myself from getting pushed around. One of the worst incidences of when I was physically hurt and threatened was during lunch and recess on February 2nd, 2010. On this day, while I was eating lunch at our assigned classroom table in the cafeteria, one of the bullying students stood up at the lunch table and said very loudly to everyone, "Who's going to help me beat up Jake today?" Then following lunch outside at recess, I was cornered and attacked. I was pushed to the ground repeatedly, up to 20 times. I tried to get away, but I could not. When the recess whistle finally blew and everyone went inside to the school, the student who had attacked me yelled to me repeatedly, "I'm going to kill you if you tell anyone. I'm going to kill you tomorrow." This made me feel scared because I was afraid that he might try to seriously injure me the next day. I was scared about this for many, many more days following this attack. The day after I was attacked at recess, with my mom's encouragement, I switched to the other assigned table I was allowed to sit at to eat my lunch, so I would not be by the boy who hurt me. This was the table where all the girls in my class ate. When I switched to the girls' table, the boy who had attacked me and was bullying me said very loudly to everyone, "Look, Jake's turning into a girl. Jake's a girl." This made me feel embarrassed because I was getting teased. I was only trying to get out of harm's way. Having all this bullying and peer abuse happen to me at school made me feel really scared. Going to school was hard for me every day because I didn't know what would happen to me there. My mom was really worried about me at school too and tried to help me be safe. My mom came and ate lunch with me and stayed with me at recess to try to keep me safe. I told my mom about the harm that was happening to me at school, and she reported these things to the school officials. The only consequence that happened to the 2 boys who admitted to hurting me repeatedly was that they had to apologize. No other school consequences occurred, even though the bullying continued through the end of the school year. My mom asked the school director to have the boys who were hurting me be moved to a different assigned table area in the cafeteria because of the bullying happening to me at lunch and recess. The school director told my mom, "No, we can't move these boys to another place at lunch because what about those kids they would then sit by?" Because of this, I was forced to sit by the boys who bullied me every day. I constantly had to worry about what they would do to me at lunch and then recess. My mom had a meeting with the school administrators about the bullying that was happening to me. My mom asked to see the school's policy and procedures for bullying. After about 10 minutes of searching, the school director found the school's written bullying policy. This was a couple-sentence statement, but the policy statement did not list any procedures for it to do if bullying occurs. My mom asked about what the school's procedures were for bullying, and she was told by the school director there are no procedures, no list of consequences for bullying here. At the same meeting with the school director and assistant administrator, my mom asked, "How will you ensure a safe learning environment for our son?" The answer given to her by the director was, "I can't help you. I can't tell you. Not everyone shares the same values as you." Toward the end of the school year, my mom filled out harassment and violence reporting forms for several of the incidences of harm that happened to me this school year, but the school administration did not investigate the incidents. Because this school would not provide a safe learning environment for me, my parents took me and my younger sister out of this school. The following year, my mom and a group of other parents spoke at a school board meeting of the school. This group of parents shared concerns about the bullying at this school. They shared their concern for the lack of clear procedures and consequences for bullying, and they asked the school to provide a code of conduct booklet which would clearly explain consequences for bullying. Even after this group of parents asked for bullying prevention procedures to be put in place at the school board and the administration did not want to make any changes to their school's policies, saying they did not need this at their school. Chair Uyghur and committee members, I'm hoping that you will vote in favor of the Safe and Supportive Minnesota Schools Act, because right now students like me are still going through the pain of bullying. We all like happy endings, and right now, you have the power to make this end happily. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Jake.